I just remembered Roger told me he couldn't believe he found the love of his life at 24, me. He wanted to spend every day of the rest of his life with me. There was no other girl he wanted to talk about or see or look at or be intimate with, that he couldn't imagine anyone else being intimate with me. It was like, oh my god, picture us at parent-teacher conferences. Like, we would be the best at parent-teacher conferences. Told me he wanted, it sounds creepy, but put babies in me. That is how he said it. Said that he knows I'm his twin flame, which I also do believe, unfortunately. That he knew we would be together, so he wasn't threatened by other men, even though he admitted often that he was jealous of men, just not the ones that I cared about the most. He didn't feel threatened by a wedding guy. A little side snippet to that story, I met this guy about 5 days after I found out my ex-fiance was being disloyal at a wedding, so that's why he's wedding guy. Wedding guy is a story for another time. Roger also expressed not being threatened by my ex-fiance ever coming back into the picture, which is valid. He agreed that the other one felt like home, like when we would hug and when we look into each other's eyes and when we'd kiss, it was a feeling of home, just this wholeness, oneness that was existential, a crazy feeling. He told me if I ever needed to feel home, it didn't matter what our situation was, how long it had been since we'd spoken, how far apart in the world we were, I could go to him, or he would even fly me to him if I needed to feel home. But then, when it was the worst experience of my life, not that long ago, I tried really hard to just completely do it on my own, and then I was like, no, Shanna, you need to let people help you, and you need to ask the people who love you for support. I tried that. I'm really bad at it. In this case, he wanted to support himself, which I was like, are you kidding? Why do I choose these men who just are like, it doesn't matter what I'm going through. They're like, I need my time for me. And I've always been like, yes, of course, I understand. I'll go take care of myself again, and you as well. So this time I said, no, fuck this. I need to be persistent. I'm always laying down, just being like, yep, your emotions are more important. Your feelings are more important. And I was like, no, I want this. I want his support. And he made all of these grand promises. So I was like, I believed you when you said those things. And he was like, I'm still here for you. I just need space right now. Like, if you can relate, you're probably also laughing right now and like cringing and just being like, face to the phone, this, palm to the forehead, because you get it. But I replied, well, I need you right now. Because I was like, no, I'm not backing down. And that is my version of begging. I don't do that. He then agreed to meet me and then backed out. And then we talked for a little. He was like, it was too hard to get over you. I can't see you. Because I left for Europe. But we were planning on writing to each other. Like, we made a plan to like not be dating, but stay connected. So he decided to get over me without telling me. So apparently it was hard to get over me when I left for Europe, so he couldn't see me in my true, like, most dire need in my life for comfort in my entire life. When we were talking about that I was like, wait, but why were you trying to get over me? We said we were going to like write each other so that I could do my thing but stay connected. And you were begging for an address to send letters to. You didn't send a single one. He goes, I have a call I have to prep for in 5 minutes. So I said, have a good call. With a heart. The little. No, he never wrote back. I waited 10 days, I think? Something like that. A week? 10 days, maybe more, maybe less, before I blocked him. So the long story short is that one of the men who said he wanted to spend his entire life with me, that I'm the love of his life, doesn't want to be with anyone else, and all these things. That man ghosted me. It took me a couple weeks to realize that's what it was. He was ghosting me. Yeah, when we were in the middle of a conversation about why you decided to get over me when we like made a plan to stay connected, and he was adamant that I would be the one to leave. He's like, if anyone's gonna leave this, it's you. He's like, I'm never leaving. I'm never giving up. Like, you're gonna leave. Really? Which again, it's good that the toxic men that I choose are avoidant because they do leave. And then I'm like, oh, that was bad. Yeah. Good thing he left. It happens too much. Or more often they don't come back when I leave them. But either way, it's good. I'm starting to recognize more negative traits of these men repeating. And I'm like, oh, that. I'll figure it out. I'll keep you updated.